Before I was diagnosed, I was a special ed teacher, middle school. I have a daughter. I'm happily married. Life was normal. I have dogs. Everything was great. I was at the beach with my husband and his family, and I was spraying my 50 SPF on and rubbing it in, and I'm rubbing it in on the sides of my bathing suit, and I felt kind of like a little ball, like a lump. So I go to my doctor. Of course, he tells me, I'm sure it's nothing, but go get a mammogram, ultrasound. So I did. They took a biopsy then and there, so that made me kind of nervous. And the guy said, I'm 99% positive, we didn't get your biopsy yet, but looking at the photos, that it's breast cancer. And no one said anything for probably a good minute, and it was a really long minute. And yeah, he confirmed it the next day. And to be honest, that was the worst part for my husband and I, was the next day getting the phone call and honestly not knowing who to call, what doctor to call. Do you go here? Do you have surgery? Do you call a hospital? We just didn't have any direction. My first step in my journey was getting the tumor out. I didn't decide at the time yet to have a mastectomy because I didn't want to jump into anything. So I had a lumpectomy, and I just wanted it kind of out of me before I did anything. From the lumpectomy, I had 8 rounds of chemotherapy. I pictured myself throwing up over a toilet bowl, which never happened. I mean, you're nauseous here and there, but it's doable. It's doable. So yeah, I finished chemo, and then I made the decision to have a mastectomy, a full double mastectomy with reconstruction surgery. My daughter was 3 at the time, so there's obviously never a good age for a child to be for a parent to get diagnosed with a life-threatening disease. But I would have to say she was kind of too young to be scared or really understand, but she did understand, that mom had to take medicine, and, I was going to be having surgery, and, mommy's hair was going to have to be coming out because of the medicines. To me, honestly, and I'm not a vain person, but like losing your hair kind of just strips you, besides the fact that you're, physically bald. It kind of just puts it all into perspective and makes it very real. But I shaved my head with my husband and my 3-year-old daughter and my brother, and we had a brand new set of clippers and some scissors, and we kind of turned it into like a fun-ish party. And I explained to her that, the medicine that I was going to be taking was going to mess up my hair, so we wanted to kind of beat it and shave my head, and she thought it was funny and great. And, I don't think ever really freaked her out. It kind of became her normal for that time. Yeah. And that was it. I didn't hide it from her. I walked around my house with no hair. I never went in public though with no hair. I always wore a wig, and my daughter we'd be in public. She'd be like, Mom, or I'll give you a really good example. We'd go to Disney World a lot. So sometimes we'd go on these crazy rides, and my daughter would always whisper, Mom, hold on to your wig. So she kind of knew and got it, But she was amazing, and she doesn't understand it now, but I'll never be able to repay her. Or my husband, for that matter. Your family goes through it with you. Your mom, your dad, your brother, your husband, and my daughter. And it's just, I'll just never be able to repay them. I mean, my husband never missed a doctor appointment, never missed a chemo. Hung with me the whole time. I mean, it just, amazing. So, and my dogs were amazing and amazing. Immediately after I was diagnosed, was kind of online looking for other women to connect with. So I met Erica, which is kind of how I got involved with 5 Under 40, and we just kind of connected, and we're texting and Facebook, and then we decided one day to kind of meet up, and we called it our blind date, because we'd constantly text. We were 2 weeks apart in treatment, so it would be like, oh, how do you feel today? How's your hair? Blah, blah, blah. My feet hurt. This. So we finally met up, and she also has a daughter, and it was just kind of an instant connection for all of us, my daughter, her daughter, and we had our kids. This is crazy, but so we go to the bathroom, and we both had our wigs on, and this was about 4 months after we finished chemo. It's Erica, myself, our wigs, and our 2 daughters in the bathroom So we take off our wigs and we're, showing each other our hair so we could see, where we're in the growth process. Then we have our daughters playing. Our daughters are trying each other's wig on and looking in the mirror and just, yeah. So it was just crazy. But yeah, they really have a nice connection too. Advice for other women is that you will shock yourself with how strong that you are. I mean, obviously when anyone gets this diagnosis, you're like, what am I gonna do? How am I gonna do this? But you do and you will. Life does get back to, your new normal, which for me, it's been kind of even, better. You learn a lot, you are enlightened, you are humbled, but it does get back to your reality. This doesn't last forever.